Tensions are simmering again in Rabie Ridge near Tembisa as people erect homes on government land. Nearly 2 weeks ago, you'll remember, private security opened fire on land invaders who were burning tyres and protesting. Let's find out now what's happening with eNCA's Aviwe Mtila back on the scene. Aviwe, good morning to you. And what has sparked now yet another round of protests there?
We're in a different land in Rabie Ridge, but the community has converged once more. They've come out in their hundreds after what we understand, them erecting shacks yesterday, which were then demolished by the JMPD. They've come out this morning once more. This is the place they say that they were supposed to be built, RDP houses, and only a few have been erected. So they're saying that they're tired of hearing promises from government. In fact, 2 weeks ago, while we were at that private land, this is the land that they kept on pointing to, saying that they were promised RDP houses here, but only a handful have been built. So they've taken it to themselves now to come out in their numbers building that private. But you can see just behind me there's private security, which they also don't understand where it comes from. I'm going to catch up with some of them just to understand exactly what's happening. Thank you for joining us at the eNCA.
More na le probleme ya lendre molorong re lwela lendre re le baduli ba extension 4 Rabie Ridge kanana. So from ka May 2020 ke ntse ke kitlimisana le di lendre ja kanana for baduli re sa khumane meya. So o ta ofitela le today mo lorong dilo ja rena di le ja fella ja di senyeile mo lorong re a elwa di RDP je ne di a elwa for o do move batho against corona. So chelete jona di le ja fella ja di trimeji e di timela mo lorong chaba sile sa fella ja se kwata se bona hore chelete ja bona di a trimela. So ra bona hore le chaba re tsamae re anamola lendre ja rena mo la re tor khono o khumana di stene ja rena je le rene re a elwa jona. So re le ra re fitla mola ra kra no na le problem ya semrafi mo lorner na le ba rula le bona mo Rabarishi bo makhelwane ba rena ele what 80 re wela what 80 ka mo ka rena le bona. So ba kinyaka ba le mo lorno ile wa tswa le mantswe ya hore rena ba bona ba nya go dula le di kafere mo lendrini ja rena batho ba masipala. So a re kgone go share di kafere ke bo mane. So ke bolela mo
just to excuse the language as well, we'll come and touch on those issues, but I want to find out Putwam Izolo what happened Izolo.
Amandla ungangizibi bafu mina ngizokhuluma into yayizola ngisi ngikhuluma izolo namhlanje ngisi. So yazi kwenzakaleni lana izolo le ndawo lena siyazi kuyindawo yethu abantu abamnyama, kodwa masithi siyayimamelisisa ebantwini bathi indawo yamakhalati. So sifuna ukwazi ukuthi lamakhalati bangena ngayiphi indlela kule ndawo, ngoba thina masingena kulesiganga ashisi lama RDP yabo sibanga isiganga sethu. So bona mabanenkinga nathi kumele basitshele ukuthi nathi kumele senzeni. Namhlanje simangele izolo basicele kahle amaphoyisa seRabie Ridge bathi bacela ukuthi singalwisa ama traffic cop, singalwisa umuntu, singashayi umuntu, singalahlela amatshe, sibayeke bawise mabaceda bona siqhubeke nento zethu. Okay, siyenze dewe bawisa bahamba saqhubeka. Namhlanje sibona abanye abantu esingabazi bashisa impahla zethu ngayiphi indlela besicela ukwazi kini.
Yeah. So he's talking to even tensions around what we understand is the colored community and the black community there. They were promised this land. I want to touch with Daniel also to understand these tensions that are brewing in the community.
Well, the tension is that there's not a formal of agreement between, misunderstanding between the two extensions. Whereby Rabie Ridge is not only Rabie Ridge extension 1 and 2, but Rabie Ridge involves the people of Kanana as well, which is 4 and 5, 3, 4 and 5. That is Rabie Ridge. The rest is Rabie Ridge. So there's some people that don't understand where we're coming from and what are we fighting for at this present moment. So there is conflict, there is tension because of lack of understanding, lack of knowledge and what's going on here. We are not fighting for Rabie Ridge at all, because first of all, when this land was clean and according to the government, the asbestos houses were supposed to be here. They said it is for people of they said the intention is to build 1,200 units, which by it will be separated, split between Rabie Ridge and Greater Ivory Park. So if you say Greater Ivory Park, 600 Rabie Ridge, 600 Greater Ivory Park. So if I have the question is that if they say Rabie Ridge involves people from Kanana, it involves people from Rabie Ridge, not Amakala Pele, because in Rabie Ridge there's not only colored people staying there, there is black people also staying in there. There's black people also. So it's not a racial thing. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? You see, it's not that. So
Nancy Swam, I just want to close off with you. The police here, there's, I understand, private security. What's going to happen here today?
I makala today give on the private security because mabane ne gona le ma metro ba tlile mo mabane ba remove di shekite di le gona le batho ne ba di resistant so na ne re maketse fele ge ba ntsha dilo tsele mara ne re sa fight le motho and we are not fighting. We only want this land because government failed to build RDPs. So what we want is this land for us to build ourselves houses, you see. So now we are surprised when you see the private securities and people are trying to fight with them. So we are not fighting actually. We only want this land for government to give us this land to build ourselves our own houses.
Rebecca, the land issues continuing in Rabie Ridge, but now it seems like there are also racial tensions between two communities that want to be part of this land. We'll be monitoring the situation as it unfolds in the course of the day.
There needs to be some education about what's going on, some awareness as well, so that people understand exactly what the issue is. Aviwe Mtila will continue to keep an eye there on the situation there in Rabie Ridge. Well,